Much has been done to create awareness on the HIV since it was discovered in Kenya in 1984. However, living with HIV has been considered a monster by majority of those who still lack the knowledge about the virus. On our special feature tonight, we engage victims who have faced tremendous stigmatization in the society regarding their status and how NAYA Kenya, a non-governmental organization that advocates for the sexual reproductive health rights, is making the lives of these youths bearable. ELIUD, MUTWIRI, and UNRAVELS. This more, of course, in this feature.
Farida and Nora, aged 25 and 20 years respectively, not their real names, are residents of Nairobi County, living with the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Both were infected with HIV at birth, and it is no doubt how bumpy the ride has been for them, having faced stigmatization and isolation from schools, made the journey even harder, something they admit almost threw the emotional stability to the gutter.
Sasa wakati rudi kwa shule, watoto pia wengine walikuwa washaanza kujua niko na virusi vya ukimwi. Wakaanza kuniongea ile kunitenga, wanaanza kujua. Na hiyo wakati ilikuwa ile stigma pia ilikuwa iko juu. Nikaanza kutengwa. So wakati nimeanza kurealize watu wamejua niko hivyo, ikabidi nitoke hiyo shule. Ilibidi tu nikata hiyo shule. Juu singekaa. After nimekuja nyumbani nikaambia wazazi sitaki hiyo shule, pia walinikubali na wakanitransfer shule nyingine. Venye nilitransfer shule nyingine bado challenges zilikuwa tu hiyo, ikabidi mzazi aambie principal. Hizi forum tuko nazo kama na support groups, tunaita young people na adolescent, tunakaa pamoja tunaongeleshana, at least ule mtu pia kwa na stress anatoka hapo pia akiwa sawa, amejikubali. Pia tunapanga na health talks, tunaongea kila siku asubuhi, tunaita hizo health talks, watu tunaongelesha. Sasa inakonga tu watu wote tunaongelesha tu about HIV.
Mercy, aged 27, not her real name, came to know of her HIV status in 2011 just after completing high school. For Mercy, being secluded by the people she knew as home has to be the most unfortunate part of her journey.
Imekuwa tu ni matusi, hata ukipika chakula wengine wana reject, hawataki kula kwa sababu walijua mimi ndio nilipika, so wanajua nikipika nitawaambukiza. So hata ilikuwa mtoto wa kazini wangu nilikuwa nabaki naye kwa nyumba, wakachukua huyo mtoto wakapeleka mahali ili nikajipata tu mimi peke yake kwa nyumba. Watu walitoka na tulikuwa hapa Nairobi. Watu walitoka hiyo kazi na ameenda kurentisha nyumba yake.
Recent reports published by the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council NCDCC have raised concerns on the infection rates among young adults, highlighting that people aged 15 to 29 years accounted for 61% and 52% of all new HIV infections in 2020 and 2021 respectively. Despite their challenges, these youth living with HIV have not lost hope. 26-year-old Ruel Okeyo tested positive for HIV on 26th September 2020 and has used his status for the good of the people to sensitize and create awareness on the importance of being disciplined to taking HIV antiretroviral drugs, ARVs.
As much as we think that, oh, it's 2023, it's the digital era, everyone knows about this and that, people are still in the dark about it, and stigma still exists to date. So my work basically is trying to demystify all these notions that people have in regards to people living with HIV, trying to break the stigma, and the challenge that is there is people taking their medication.
Youth Care Project, funded by AIDS funds and run by an non-governmental organization called Network for Adolescents and Youth of Africa, popularly known as NAYA Kenya, and other partner organizations, has offered a glimmer of hope for youth living with HIV in Homa Bay and Nairobi counties. In Nairobi, the 4-year project is implemented in Kamukunji, Mathare and Starek sub-counties with the aim of ensuring youth living with HIV access treatment and other related services.
Hizi forum tuko nazo kama na support groups, tunaita young people na adolescent, tunakaa pamoja, tunaongeleshana, at least ule mtu pia kuna stress anatoka hapo pia akiwa sawa, amejikubali. Pia tunapanga na health talks, tunaongea kila siku asubuhi, tunaita hizo health talks, watu tunaongelesha, sasa inakonga tu watu wote, tunaongelesha tu about HIV.
Kimenisaidia sana, it has empowered me, imenisaidia kujikubali mimi hasa yangu, na pia nijue I have to live not for the virus but with the virus. Yeah. Despite being positive, nikuwe mama, nikuwe mwanafunzi, na bado saa hii tena nikuwe a role model to the peers that come looking up to me.
They have also been engaged in advocating for HIV awareness and work as peer supporters in health facilities within the targeted locations, a task which they say through support group forums and other activities has eased their work with HIV.
Pia inasaidia some youths kwa sababu youths ni ngumu sana wa disclose, but now that wakuja unajua akiitwa anajonga ameitwa maybe na wenzake, now that akuja apate mwenye like wako wengi ana feel poa. Hata mimi nilifeel poa vile nilikuja nikagundua siko peke yangu, unaona. Yeah, so that support yenye the NAYA project and some project like CHIB and many others is giving to people, it's really helping.
Such projects have created impact because they diversify the messages. We have had online campaigns. We have had, physical campaigns that target the community per se. And so, having this diverse method of creating information, creating messages, reaches a wider audience.
The project is not one without challenges, this being one key challenge.
There was lack of commodities within the facilities. There was consistent stockouts. Young people need one commodity and that is not there.
According to Dr. Peter Aremi from NCDCC, the highest contribution of new HIV infections comes from the adolescents and young people, a reason why the council is looking forward to prioritize and focus on the youth in order to cater for primary prevention of HIV. Kamukunji Sub-County HIV Programs Coordinator Nikasio Njage, who has worked closely with NAYA Kenya through the Youth Care Project, says in collaboration with such projects, public health care officers are able to offer HIV services that are responsive to the needs of adolescents and young people.
And the services that we give our youth are so diverse. We are talking about the HIV programming in terms of prevention of HIV itself, so that we go with them through the entire drill of how to the adolescent and young people prevent themselves from getting HIV infected. So we are speaking to them about abstaining. We are talking to them about being faithful. We are talking to them about collective and proper use of condoms.
Youth living with HIV are living to tell their stories of hope, even as they work to contribute to attaining the undetectable is equal to untransmissible goal by taking their ARVs to suppress their viral loads. MUTWIRI, ELIUD, KUTV.